What happens when a respected journalist leaves her comfortable life to try to survive on the wages paid to millions of Americans? This is the gripping experiment at the heart of this investigative work. The author, armed with a car, a small starting fund, and a determination to live only on what she earns, embarks on a series of month-long journeys into the world of the working poor. Her mission is deceptively simple: to see if she can match income to expenses, to find a place to live and food to eat, by working the jobs that fuel the nation's hotels, diners, and big-box stores. What she discovers is not a story of laziness or poor life choices, but a meticulously documented, grinding reality of economic traps and systemic hardship. The narrative unfolds across 3 distinct American landscapes, each presenting its own unique set of challenges. In a Florida town reliant on tourism, she works as a waitress, battling the physical exhaustion of long shifts on her feet, the capriciousness of customers who control her tips, and the soul-crushing search for affordable housing. A room in a cramped, mildewed trailer becomes a hard-won prize, its cost devouring a massive portion of her daily earnings. The math is relentless and unforgiving. After paying for shelter, even basic necessities like food and gas become sources of constant anxiety. There is no margin for error. A single sick day or a car repair is a catastrophe waiting to happen. Moving to a city in Maine, she takes on the dual roles of a dietary aide in a nursing home and a house cleaner for a maid service. Here, the work is not just poorly paid but physically brutal and emotionally demanding. Cleaning strangers' homes involves bending, scrubbing, and breathing chemical fumes for hours, all while maintaining a facade of cheerful invisibility. At the nursing home, she tends to the elderly with genuine compassion, but the work is back-breaking and the pay is a pittance. These chapters lay bare the profound disrespect woven into the fabric of such essential labor. The workers who care for our families and homes are themselves treated as disposable, their bodies worn down for wages that can never lift them to security. The final leg of her experiment takes her to Minnesota, where she lands a job at a massive discount retail chain. This environment introduces a new dimension of control: the constant, paranoid surveillance of management, the arbitrary enforcement of rules, and the crushing of any spark of individuality or initiative. Employees are subjected to urine tests, their every move is monitored for potential theft, and they are discouraged from talking to one another. The author captures the psychological toll of this enforced powerlessness, where workers are made to feel like untrustworthy children. Even as she manages to secure a rare, slightly better-paying position, the goal of finding an affordable apartment within commuting distance remains a near-impossible puzzle. The housing crisis for the poor is not an abstraction, it is a daily, demoralizing scramble for a safe place to sleep. Throughout this journey, the author demolishes several persistent myths about poverty. She demonstrates that the work available to the unskilled is anything but unskilled. It requires stamina, intelligence, social deftness, and immense fortitude. The idea that anyone can simply work their way up is exposed as a fantasy in a system where exhaustion is a strategic tool to prevent organizing or seeking better opportunities. Her co-workers are not a separate class of people, they are witty, resilient, and deeply knowledgeable about their jobs, yet they are trapped in a cycle where one job must immediately follow another just to stay afloat. There is no time for self-improvement, education, or even adequate rest. The book's power lies in its visceral, ground-level detail. We feel the ache in her knees after a double shift, the panic of a dwindling gas tank with payday still days away, and the humiliation of being lectured by a manager half her age. It is an unflinching look at the invisible America that cleans our rooms, serves our meals, and stocks our shelves, yet cannot afford the very goods and services they provide. More than a chronicle of hardship, it is a fierce indictment of an economy that relies on the exploitation of millions, asking profound questions about justice, dignity, and the true cost of the cheap, convenient lifestyle many take for granted. It concludes not with easy answers, but with a clarion call for empathy and a challenge to acknowledge the human beings behind the low price tags.